Very welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Amina Al Muhairi. Born and raised in Dubai, she discovered her passion for snowboarding at just age 8, now 16. She's the UAE's national champion, the first Emirati woman to compete at the Asian Winter Games, and on the path to the 2026 Winter Olympics. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming back. It's been 3 years.
Yep, thanks for having me. A lot of snowboarding.
I'd say so.
Well, what exactly do you do? You're a snowboarder. Do you do slopes? Do you do high pipes? What do you do?
So I do the discipline freestyle snowboarding, and that is big air, which is jumps, and then also slope style, which are the rails.
We can see the picture right behind us. It's a huge jump.
Yeah.
So, explain it to me a little bit more. So you do the jump. So does that mean you're doing the twists and the turns in the air?
Yeah.
And you have to do kind of, how does that work? You have to do like a specific move each time and it gets rated?
Pretty much, yeah. It depends on your level, but it's scored on different elements. So style, execution, and then the trick level. So you can go anywhere from like a 1 to a 12.
And do you plan your trick before you go?
Yeah.
You plan your trick before you go inshore, but does it get harder each time?
It gets harder, but the more you practice it, the more you get better at the thing you're quote-unquote hard at. And then it gets easy, and then you move on to the next one, and that comes harder, and then you practice it again.
Of course.
So it's just it's a process, but once you lock it in, then you're good.
So cool. We should talk about the fact that you're an Emirati and we don't have snow here. How did you find your passion for snowboarding?
So I first started snowboarding when I went on a family trip in Bosnia. Before that, I was skiing for about like 2 years. But when we went to Bosnia on this family trip, one of Mom's close friends asked if I wanted to try snowboarding, and I had never heard of it before. I was like, sure, why not? And I mean, ever since I've strapped on, I haven't gone back to skiing. And the hobby just kind of evolved into competing when I did my first competition, Ski Dubai, in I think 2018. And yeah, I haven't looked back. It's been amazing.
It's amazing how to think of it, and one person can have such a huge impact on your life. Like
in a
one
moment.
person, in a moment, they can encourage you to do a business. They can encourage you to discover a new passion.
Yeah.
So when you're not traveling, where exactly do you practice here in the UAE?
I practice in Ski Dubai. That's my main place of practice. Yeah. But a lot of the times I'm not here since I am training outside the country. But whenever I can be, I go to Ski Dubai.
Do you think Ski Dubai is a good platform for kind of up-and-coming snowboarders? Like, is it feasible to train there versus, you're competing against people who are surrounded by natural snow?
I think we have an advantage coming from the fact that we have the slope 365 days in the whole year, where when they're training on the slope, they only have them for 6 months or until the snow can hold up to. So we have an advantage of that, and I think it's a good platform to start and keep going to train, but you also want to experience the snow and you want to go and see the difference. So I think it's definitely a good platform to start in.
Interesting.
How different does it feel to train on a natural snow or the artificial one?
There's a lot of difference coming from just the environment in general, from being indoor to outdoor, and the snow conditions. There's a lot of difference.
The snow feels different.
The snow, because it's man-made snow here, where obviously outside it's more natural snow.
Right.
There's definitely feel like difference to it.
Oh, yeah. Before the show, you mentioned you're off to Canada tomorrow. Can you take us with you?
How fun!
Your nickname is Moon.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, because
that's such a cute nickname.
It's a great nickname. Where did it come from?
So my name is Amna, and in Arabic the natural nickname is Amun, and my coach made a joke because when you see the way it's spelled, it's a moon. So we kept making jokes about it, and then we actually realized that whenever he calls me a moon or moon, I tend to, it's like psychologically, I just tend to like go a bit higher on my jumps or a bit further. Wow. So we just kind of like stuck to it, and he was like, I'm just going to keep calling you moon, and then you're going to get everything like to the bottom. And I was like, okay. And it just kind of evolved, and then I really liked the nickname, so I just started going by it, and like it's a nice nice expression of, like, I really like it because a lot of the community in snowboarding know me as Moon, And then I come back to Dubai and everyone knows me as Amna. So it's like a really nice difference, and I quite like it, yeah.
Interesting. You mentioned your trainer. When people reach a certain level, and obviously you're training in different places around the world, how does that work with a trainer? Where are they based, and how often do you connect with them?
So my coach is currently in Austria, and I tend to travel to him, and we tend to do the trainings there. And then we travel all around Europe and do our training based on where we need to be, or comps. And then, for example, last year or 2 years ago, we spent the summer in Australia and New Zealand. So he flew over and we did the training there. So we just kind of fly and travel together depending on where we need to be.
So you don't only travel during winter, also during the summer as well?
Yeah, especially during the summer because we have the most time to get away, and my schoolwork don't end up piling up.
So you were the first Emirati to compete in the Asian Winter Games 2025. How crazy is that? And you placed 6th.
Yes.
Bravo, congratulations.
That's so good.
At the age of 16
so
as well.
Cool.
At the age of 16. So what does that title mean to you, especially representing the UAE?
I mean, it means a lot for me just to be able to compete for the UAE, but to have titles such as that, it's such a big honor to have it under my name and at such a young age, like you just mentioned.
Yeah.
But I don't, for me, it's just another day. I'm riding, I'm doing what I love, and the fact that I just happen to be the first is coming along with it. But yeah, it's a part of it, and hopefully I'm not the last one to do it.
Did you expect to be placed 6th?
I didn't have much expectation for that trip since I came into it injured, and I came out of it also injured. So I was just happy that I was safe and I got a good run, and the fact that I placed at such a high position, I was really happy.
While being injured.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What was the injury and how is it now?
My shoulder. Okay. I kind of just pulled. I don't know exactly what I did, but I fell on it in a weird way, and I did it again when I was in China, and I've had a few other injuries coming out of it, so it's okay now. I'm going through physio. I'm
sure you'll be fully 100% in no time. Can you just, what is it like? Can you describe us when you, because the guts it takes to do what you do is so impeccable. Talk to us through a move. What does it look like, and how do you prepare for your most challenging move?
So you have to build it up, obviously. So you start I'll set up a normal training day for me. For example, if I'm training on the jumps, I'd have one or two runs where I'd get my speed. I'd get perfect speed, I'd get comfortable on the jump.
Okay.
I'll know everything about the jump, I'll experience the jump. So if there's any certain bumps on the jump, I can feel it out and I can know, okay, there's a bump there, let's kind of avoid that.
Right.
So I just kind of plan around it. Second, I'd just start adding up to the trick. So for example, if I'm going to go for a 540, then I would set up with the front one.
What's a 540?
So the rotation.
Got you. Okay.
So 540 around. So it's a 360 plus a 180.
Wow.
So I'd kind of set it up and add on to it until I'm comfortable to get to that level. So if I'm doing a front side, so I'm spinning and I can see technically everything, it's just this side, I'd do front 180, and then once I'm comfortable and I have that perfect, then I go to my front 360s. Once I have those locked in, then I can move on to my front 540s. And then obviously it keeps going. And depending on the level and how comfortable you are in different tricks, you don't have to start all the way at the base. So some people start at just 360, then hop up. But for me, I like to start at my 180s and just get everything nice and consistent, set up my day, make it nice and clean.
Makes sense.
Set it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So have you had any mishaps or close calls while snowboarding?
I'd had a lot of injuries, or quote unquote a lot of injuries. I don't think I've had a lot of mishaps. I've had coming out of China, I had a concussion because I fell really hard on one of my jump runs. So you could call that a close call, but I mean, nothing that I can't heal from, and I'm okay now.
And who's traveling with you? Who's your support system there on the day, and what are they like when something like that happens?
The one person that's always with me, no matter where I am, and no matter who else is with me, is always Mum. Mum is always with me. She's always traveling with me, and she sacrifices a lot to be able to travel with me. a lot of the times. But other than that, it would be the people in my team. So, for example, in the Asia Winter Games in China, we had a whole team. I had my coach, my mom, and I had my physio alongside with me. So they were the three that were traveling with me. But yeah, mom is the consistent one.
Amazing. Mama is always there when we need them. So the Asian Winter Games was the last biggie, and the next biggie would be the... What's the next big goal competition?
We don't have anything set currently.
Okay.
But just keep an eye, because there will be a few big ones coming up.
Very exciting.
Yes.
We will.
Interesting.
Tell us. But we will.
Confidential. So what are your other goals other than snowboarding, other being part of the Asian Winter Games?
Just inspire other people. Not only in sports and not only in my sports, but just inspire the next generation of young girls to be able to do their hobby, their dream, and to be able to pursue it, no matter of the where you come from, of the social norms, to go against it. And if you have a dream, then go achieve it and go do it.
Amazing, like, because the reality is you're 16 and you're competing at such a high level, you're representing the UAE, but you're still going to school here.
Yeah.
Tips on how you manage that?
It wasn't easy when I first started, but I think I've gotten the hang of it. Whenever I'm in Dubai, I go to school in person and I catch up to everything I do and have like a normal day. And when I'm traveling, I tend to keep up with the work, but do them online and have support from my teachers when I need it.
Right.
And I just kind of have to juggle it, and I have to understand that even though I'm snowboarding, I still have to do school. So I tend to come back from snowboarding, and maybe once or twice a week, I try and sit down and get everything done. And if I need more time, then obviously I'll spread it across.
Amazing, consistent. So important to get the school out of the way and then go all in.
I actually just finished my, I caught up to all the work I need to be able to travel to Canada, so I don't have to worry too much when I'm there. So
Nice.
It's been pretty good.
Bravo.
That must be such a relief.
Yeah.
Do you have exams coming up as well in the next year or two?
Yes, because I'm on my final 2 years, so it's also going to get a bit hectic, but it's okay. I can deal with it.
How amazing that schools are able to get the
Be
stuff to you
flexible
online.
and bit about
And
the
that they're
online.
allowing the flexibility. It's great.
Yes.
So what advice would you give the young girls who want to follow your footsteps, who want to get into snowboarding?
Go for it. If you can dream it, then you can achieve it, so
Dream
go
and
for
achieve
it.
it.
Love that so much. Amina Al-Muheri, Moon, aka. Really appreciate your time this morning, and we cannot wait to watch your journey, whatever you do. But such a cool story, and thank you so much for coming back to the show again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Masa.
Thank you.
And that brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show this morning. I'm feeling cold because of all the snow behind me, and it's amazing. We're back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.